necessarily as fast as, I don't know, might have expected, but it's only a couple days off since you were on the football one.
Yeah, less than a week, for sure. I was just thinking about that when I was, trying to change clothes and I was struggling to put my pants on. I was like, goodness gracious. I haven't got a massage, I haven't been adjusted, and yet I'm out here trying to run fast times. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, the fact that I ran sub 20 is a huge win in my book. And when I went out there, coach was just said, just run the race like you're trying to get rid of all your energy. And I was like, oh, I can do that. And I certainly did.
Well, what does that mean though for like the rest of the season? Where it's like, I don't know, do you feel like you're just like letting it go? You just letting things loose? I know you've got a couple more races left. Right?
Well, we're trying to decide that now. I mean, of course, there's the Diamond League final, but at the end of the day, it's 2 weeks away. And once you get home, is there a real urgency to get there? Not really for me. I'm in a really weird spot where I have a lot of media and people who actually want to see me back in the U.S. Late night shows and all that stuff. Thanks, man.
Congrats. I haven't seen you in Budapest.
Yeah,
Congrats.
It's been a while. Thank you, man. So that people actually want my attention, and during that span from now to Eugene, I could be doing a lot of work starting for the Olympics and getting people excited. And I mean, what's another race? I've already run in the U.S. almost the whole year, so it's like, it'll always be there next year.
I mean, this is the only time the U.S. has hosted the Diamond League final, though. Do you feel any extra pressure to do it because it is on home soil?
Let's just say that the U.S. Championship being on CNBC did not leave the greatest taste in our mouths. Let's just say that. So now I'm wondering if it's even going to give the coverage that is needed for it to be an impact. When I can go and do my single media and get a way bigger audience that's not just track and field.
Who are the people who have reached out? Who's lining up to interview you after Worlds?
Well, right now I'm talking to I Am Athlete. I've got quite a few people who've asked for me to come to New York Fashion Week. The Today Show has always been very kind to me, so I think that we're going to try and finally get there in person. Just a lot of big and small things, but those are just the ones that are at the top of the list right now.
Yeah.
And you talk about it's been a strange place. I mean, the whole attention now, media-wise. How do you manage the pressure?
It's just me. I don't put pressure on being myself. I mean, whether people hate me or love me, that's for them to decide. I'm not gonna stress over how people view me. I'm gonna do my best to act correctly, and as long as my mom feels that I'm doing the right things and not saying anything too wild, then I'm gonna have confidence in what I believe in.
The atmosphere in Zurich, I mean, you love it. Your first win here. Out here, I mean, we always thought you were going to perform, but I mean, it seems you're already zapped out from the race itself. I mean, talk us through the atmosphere compared to what you saw in Budapest.
To be honest, Budapest was definitely a lot more lively because it was just a world championship, but you're never going to get a bad crowd here in Zurich. Everybody's always going to be full. That's never a concern. The people are always going to be interactive and excited. I'd say that this year was even more of an... be careful! And I'd say this year was an even more energetic flow. Coming out here, I think really grabbing 3 golds, solidified, and then hammering it right after coming to a European track meet, that really helped. So just doing those things, boosted the excitement for everybody who was showing up today.
Tell me about the uniform. I don't think I've seen that one before. Is that a special Noah Lyles kit?
Adidas had thrown us some uniforms really quickly right after Worlds. This is my first time wearing it. Going back to the Adidas headquarters, so maybe we'll have some talking points, just giving some feedback on what we think could be improved versus what we like.
And can you tell me about that hat you were wearing at the press conference? It said World Champion Budapest. I think it had all 3 distances on it, right? And you said you made those in April?
I made them in April. Yeah. It was, no, it wasn't the distance, it was the years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had 2019, 2022, and 2023 on it. I had the ×3 for 3 medals. It was actually supposed to be specifically for the 200, but it just so ended up that I got 3 gold medals at Budapest. I actually got quite a few of them. We're planning on selling them. To be honest, it was actually a nod to the NBA. Once I saw that they had, hats and stuff like this, I'm like, why are we not doing that? I'm like, I'm gonna capitalize, so I got my whole family to wear it every time that I won. So they had it on 3 times. I'd make sure that I always go over to my family, make sure that they were taking pictures of it. And then now that people are seeing it, they're like, oh, I want one. It's like, I got it for you.
So was that the same design as the jacket you were wearing in Eugene,
No,
USA?
that was created by a different group of people.
Okay.
That one was specifically for winning Eugene. So now I got to get another one made.
Gotcha. And how do you make those hats? Like, who do you reach out to get them made? Like,
I got a great agent. I tell him my idea. He finds the person. They have somebody up in Boston who just made some mock-up ideas. I was telling them, give him feedback. And he's like, yeah, I want all the 3 years. I want ×3 on it. There's supposed to be stars around it. But, now we got to change it to a 6. And I actually wanted, underneath the brim to be, said icon. But they were like, they couldn't do that for us. So, it's the first year we're going to be going. I feel there's going to be a trend, so I'm going to try to keep improving it year after year.
And on a lighter note, fashion or music for you?
Yeah, what about it?
You have to pick one.
Fashion or music?
Or music, yeah.
Fashion.
Oh, nice.
Fashion for sure. I love both, but at the end of the day, I don't get to give as much energy into my music as I want to. But fashion, I can, always go out, buy stuff, create new looks. With music, I have to have all the right pieces to start actually getting the quality that I want.
And if you could do any other sport, what would it be?
No, I'm pretty happy here. Tennis or golf.
Oh, okay.
Did you get to talk to Federer out there?
No, I just saw that he was here. Oh, and I was downstairs warming up, and I was on my phone. And I was like, "Oh, whoa, Roger Federer's here." I'm like, "That's really good. That's the type of people I want to start seeing at every track meet that we start going to. The world's best, seeing the world's best."
Just curious.